It's time for another Worcester Railers signing ahead of the 2024-25 season. This time, it is a veteran presence. Colin Jacobs is the next signing for your Worcester Railers, all the way from Texas. Colin, good to chat with you this morning. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, no problem at all. Looking forward to it.
So first off here, Colin, just talk about your excitement to be in Worcester. You've had a long career to this point, but for you, Worcester's your next stop, and it's going to be your first full season in North America since 2018-19.
Yeah, it's definitely weird for me, especially just with a longer summer. Normally, I've been used to packing up and shipping out right now, but to get to Worcester is an exciting opportunity. I mean, like I said, knowing Nick Tuzzolino, he's always surrounded himself with good people and stuff. So whenever I heard of the opportunity and him being involved and all that stuff, it was a no brainer for me and my family, and we're pumped to get out there.
Now, you mentioned Nick. You guys played together in Rochester and Elmira back in some of the earlier years of your career after being a Buffalo Sabres draft pick. Talk about your time spent with him back when you guys were both playing together.
It's funny to see him on the other side of things now, that's for sure. But he was an awesome team first guy. He was actually a big part of my development just coming into professional sports. He was an older guy, a veteran guy, and I was 19, 20 years old, trying to get into the American League and the ECHL at the same time. And he took me under his wing, and he was always helping me out. He was helping the younger guys out, and so for me, the fact that this opportunity has presented itself, uh, like I said, it's a no brainer, and it's exciting to see just because of how much he's helped me, and the fact that he surrounds himself with good people and all that stuff. So that's the biggest thing for me, is why I chose Worcester. Is, like I said, he's a good person, and he wants the best for his guys, and the staff, all that stuff is obviously there for a reason, and I'm excited to be a part of that and help the team.
Now, talk a bit, if you will. Anything you've heard in particular about Worcester and your conversations with Nick that you're looking forward to up here?
To be honest with you, I've never actually really been out to the Northeast too much. I've been upstate New York, and that's pretty much the furthest I've been that way. I've been to Boston once or twice, but I'm excited to get out there. I've had a couple friends that played in Worcester as an AHL team, and I've had a couple friends that have played in Worcester as ECHL programs. So they've all been excited and had great experiences. So I'm excited just to get up that way, just simply due to the fact that me and my family, we've never really been up there. So we're really excited.
Talk about, if you will, obviously when it comes to playing the game. You've been in the game for a little while now. Tell us, help the fans to get to know a little bit more about sort of your play style and what expectations are for you coming into this season from this coaching staff.
Yeah, I spoke with both the staff members, and they obviously seem like great people. They seem like they're really good hockey minds, and for me, that's exciting just to come in with the full trust of the staff and their plan, and being able to learn from both of those guys. And for me as a player, I see myself as a two-way center. I like to value both sides of the game, the offensive and the defensive side. And so for me, you're going to get a mix of both. Playing some solid defense and scoring some goals is obviously an exciting part of the game. So I'm going to be on both sides of the puck, and that's kind of how I've always played, and excited to do and learn from the staff up there, and just from hearing the guys that they're trying to build a team around. It seems like it's a really good group of guys that I've heard, and so I'm excited just for the entire venture, to be honest with you.
Well, before we start this venture this season, let's learn a little bit more about your background. You're in Texas right now as we're on this call. You're from Texas. You just played your last season in Allen, right in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Talk about hockey in Texas and how it got started for you, and how that's helped you to get off to your career here.
Hockey's growing pretty rapidly now. When I first got into it, it was when the Dallas Stars won the Stanley Cup back in the late '90s, which sounds weird to say right now, but Once that kind of happened, everything kind of slowly took off. Rinks were popping up here and there, and now we have rinks on almost every corner. I could go 10, 15 minutes any direction and find ice rinks. So that's really cool just for the next generation, the younger kids growing up. And so hockey is alive and well here, and obviously playing here now. And this past season was cool just to be at home, to have my parents come to a game, and that was all good and fun. And just hockey in general in Dallas was really growing, especially like I said, the Stars are now the past couple years, they've been putting some good playoff runs together. So the vibe in Texas and in Dallas in general is live and well, and hockey is definitely not the Cowboys stage, but it's getting close to it.
Yeah, it would be tough to top what's going on over at what is it, Jerry World over
Yeah,
there with
Jerry's World. Yep.
Jerry's World. That's right. A little bit more about your past. You're entering, unless I'm mistaken, your 12th pro season playing professional hockey. Talk about for you where you still find the love for the game. Oftentimes you don't see guys, who are even into their 30s still playing at this level, but you're coming back and you're ready for season 12 here.
I'm like I said, the love for the game is what's keeping me going. I thoroughly enjoy playing. I do a lot of teaching in the summer, so I'm around the game 24/7. I just love the game, and the way things have worked out, it's allowed me to continue to play, and playing in Europe the last couple of years, we do have a shortened schedule, so that probably has helped me a little bit too. But like I said, I'm thrilled to get out there to Worcester and get playing and get things started. I didn't even realize it was my 12th, 13th year, whatever you said. So I'm going to act like I didn't hear that and just keep going. So
Very nice. Now, I'll ask you here, favorite pro rink you've played in all time?
oh man, that's a tough one. That's the nice part about North America and the way things are. All these rinks are so nice. I I couldn't even tell you. I've played in some cool ones in Europe. I've played in Switzerland and the Spangler Cup, which is an amazing facility. I played in some cool spots. I would just have to say, just starting my pro career, I actually played against the Texas Stars for one of my first games, and so just being a local guy to Texas, playing my first pro games here in the state of Texas in the ECHL was probably the coolest experience I've had so far with, I guess you could say, arena wise.
I actually wanted to ask you a little bit more about your European experience. You mentioned the Spangler Cup. Talk about the time you spent playing in that.
It was really cool. We actually had I don't understand the logistics of how it all worked out, but our AHL team, Rochester Americans, we somehow were able to play in the Spangler Cup years back. And it was a tournament in Sweden or Switzerland, and we had a bunch of top tier clubs that I've only heard of and seen on social media. The fact that I got to play against them was really cool. And then being in Switzerland was obviously a beautiful country, so just the whole thing was a really cool experience. And yeah, I mean, it's something that I'll always remember for sure.
And then aside from that, some of your favorite sites in Europe, what was your favorite thing to do when you were over there? You're in a couple different spots: Slovakia, Hungary, Norway, Germany.
Yeah, it was all of it was really cool. A lot of different experiences. The biggest thing that we enjoyed the most, I would say, is when I was in Hungary. We were in the Austrian league, and we were one of the only teams outside of Austria that would play in that league. And so we were 45 minutes outside of Budapest, so that was always a cool place to pop in and see, and we enjoyed that a lot. And so I'd say overall our most exciting, most the coolest place we've been, I guess you could say, would be Budapest.
I actually went there last summer. Did you go to any of the public baths, the geothermal baths they have over there?
Sure did. Yeah, I got the whole experience. I was fortunate enough to be there for a full year, so we definitely took advantage of all our free time and did all that stuff for sure.
Very nice. Now, Colin, lastly for you here, final message for fans who are excited to see you come to town, go through training camp here, and play for the team on October 19th, opening night.
I mean, the biggest thing is I'm thrilled to get out there. I know just hearing the buzz from the coaching staff that all the guys are really pumped to get back. Just following some of the interviews that you've done, it seems like all the players are thrilled to get back and push for a good playoff run. And obviously, once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. So I'm pumped to get things going and have an exciting time this year. And it seems like it's a win first, win now mentality. So that's exciting for me, and I'm sure for all the guys that are coming back and the new guys that will be signing here soon. I'm pumped. I'm sure all the other guys are just as pumped, and we're excited to really make a good push this year.
Colin Jacobs, the next signing for your Worcester Railers ahead of the 24-25 season. Colin, thanks for taking the time here today.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.